Go on and wish that Brad Pitt would come along. But I prefer Madonna in a lacy thong. And I'm a lesbian.
Hello, you're listening to show number 22 of the Lesbian Mafia, and I am your host, Sandy! I'm thinking of saying that 2 or 3 more times to sound really crazy, but I really don't want to get wrapped up in that because I have a lot on my mind right now, okay? This is the Valentine's Day special, but I'm not really feeling in a very loving heart XOXO kind of way right now. I'm not. I'm going to be vague. I will have to remain vague. And I'm thinking about something here. You know what I can't stand? Do you know what I cannot stand? I just want to say this for the record, like right now. I want to say that I cannot stand when people say to gay people, after all of the judgment that you've experienced in your life, it's disgusting to dislike anyone. Because you're gay, you're not allowed to dislike anyone in the universe. First of all, I just want to start here, is that lesbians, they can be, and I'm not saying that they always are, obviously, but they can be the most shady ass mofos, and then turn around in your face and smile in the next minute. So that's one, okay? Aside all of that, just because I'm a lesbian, when did all of this pressure come on to me that I have to, accept and take in every single stray roaming in the street? I'm supposed to accept and fight for every single freaking person in the universe that is not a wasp. How did this become my responsibility all of a sudden in life? Because of my sexuality, I'm responsible for every single person that's not the norm. How is this so? Just because I'm a lesbian doesn't mean that I can't be a complete ignoramus. Okay? And a lot of us are. We all have our prejudices and we all have our nonsense. And there's not one person in this world that is not tainted by some sort of judgment or some kind of prejudice towards something in this world. Whether it be large, small, whether it be meaningful or insignificant. It's impossible because if you didn't judge things, then you would just do everything. Like you would eat fried beaver. Like Michael just told me that he went to some Chinese restaurant, who, by the way, gave, let me just interrupt here, my lovely darling friend Michael in Stuttgart, Germany, made a very generous contribution to the Lesbian Mafia podcast. And I just would like to say thank you very much to Michael, of Michael and Michael, because they're a couple. Michael and Michael, they're a couple. Very sexy couple. And much sexier after the donation. Yeah, anyway, so when did I become Mother Teresa? When did I become Mary or Jesus on the cross? Just because I'm gay. I live in the middle of New York fucking city. I am exposed to every single motherfucking type of person that exists. Every single motherfucking type of person that exists in the universe is in New York City. Okay? And it's very easy for Europeans to look down their noses at Americans and say, oh yeah, they're so racist and all their racism. Listen, bitch, you live here with every motherfucking different type of species all fucking conglomerated together. And then try to live in fucking New York City. Every motherfucking stripe, shape, color, we are all here mixed together, and people that normally cannot stand each other are neighbors, People that have thousands and thousands of years of hatred and war and oppression and starvation, all this terrible stuff that's happening between them, we will be next door neighbors here. So do not say that we have a problem with race in this country, because we really, compared to most, where you're just one race in other countries, all you have to deal with is maybe one other race. And, like in France, it's just the French, and now there's a couple of Arabs there, and the whole country's on fire now. And nothing against France, because I love the French. But anyway, do not say that Americans we are the most open-minded people. And never mind New Yorkers, there is nobody more, even if let's say you could be spawned from the KKK, okay? You could come here with the blanket, You live here in New York City for a week, because those fags won't try that shit here. And I don't mean fag in a derogatory, even though I just used fag in a derogatory. I didn't mean to do that. That was terrible. You see how ignorant I am? No, but seriously, try doing that shit in New York with your cross and your pillowcase over your head. See how far you get here, okay? And this is why people from all over the fucking universe want to come here, because it's miraculous that this place exists the way it does. It's a miracle, and it's a spit right back in the eye to people who are racist. So the most racist or prejudiced or whatever New Yorker is a joke in other places where racism and sexism and all kinds of isms can really exist and flourish and grow, and that's really can't happen here. But I'm not really sure why I brought that up, but I just wanted to ventilate about that. Yeah. So I've been getting a lot of feedback on the article in The Advocate, and I just want to say that I will be making that available. I'll try to scan it or something and throw it up on my MySpace. But and just to clarify, that was in the issue with Kathy Griffin on the cover. It's a great issue, so if you haven't picked it up, I think there still might be a chance to. But if not, like I said, I will be throwing it up on the MySpace. So it's nothing big. It's just a little, whatever. And what else? I also got some feedback. Somebody emailed me and said that the Lesbian Mafia has been #1 on iTunes for a very long time. So that's really a big deal. That's a big deal. I'm really happy about that. And, to mention all this stuff, it's like, why? I don't know why. I'm afraid of really dealing with... I've listened to some podcasts where, they're doing a show and then 5 minutes into it, there's, a commercial... like you're listening to a regular radio show. I mean, do I really want the Lesbian Mafia to sound like this? And now a message from our sponsors. 1 minute I'm screaming and ranting and raving like a lunatic, and then the next minute you hear this.
Uh-oh, Sergio. Uh-oh, Sergio. You caught my eye when you rocked your body. Uh-oh, Sergio. The jeans to wear anytime, anywhere.
I don't think that I want that. I don't know that I want that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'll be in the middle of talking about how disgusting the fruit is at Pathmark, and rambling and this and that and screaming like a fucking lunatic. And then you're going to hear this.
Mom? I've got to ask you something real personal. Do you douche?
I sure do. But only with Massengill vinegar and water.
Why Massengill vinegar and water?
That's what my doctor recommends.
For a naturally fresh feeling, only Massengill has 2 vinegar and water douches. Pure, extra mild, and extra cleansing when you need it.
You'll see how clean and fresh Massengill makes you feel.
Massengill, trusted by more women than any other brand.
I mean, is that correct? Is that correct? That should happen. Does that make any sense? People don't listen to podcasts so that they sound like the radio. People don't want to hear commercials when you're sitting in front of your computer. It's different to hear commercials when you're cleaning the house and, it's just like whatever. You just tune it out. But when you're sitting directly in front of your computer, or you have an iPod in your ear, or, who wants to hear commercials? I don't want to hear commercials when I'm listening to a podcast.